Good evening on this Friday, the 20th day of February 2026. I'm Tess Njenga and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. These are the latest news. Now, in a display of bipartisan diplomacy, Mama Ida Odinga appeared before the National Assembly's Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations. Nominated by President William Ruto to serve as Kenya's permanent representative to UNEP, Mama Ida moved the committee not just with her vision for a greener Africa, but with a rare moment of personal transparency regarding her 500 million shillings net worth. Our reporter Vincent Kerosi brings us the highlights of a vetting session that appeared like the ultimate handshake.
It was a sight few would have predicted just years ago. Mama Ida Odinga, a symbol of the long-standing opposition struggle, stepping into the inner shrine of government vetting, nominated by the very administration her political camp once fiercely contested.
I, Ida Betty Odinga, do swear that the information I shall give before this Departmental Committee on Defense, Intelligence and Foreign Relations on the matters under its consideration shall be truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth.
Under the chairmanship of Belgut MP Nelson Koech, the session began with a tone of profound respect. Mama Ida took the floor, first extending a hand of gratitude to President William Ruto before paying an emotional tribute to her late husband, the legendary Raila Odinga.
I want to thank my family, particularly my children, one of whom is here today, Rosemary is here with me, who I cherish and whom are here with me to give me support to be with me today. I want to make special mention of my partner and my friend, my biggest supporter, my recently departed husband, Raila Odinga, with whom I was married for the last 52 years.
When the inevitable question of wealth arose, Mama Ida declared her personal net worth at approximately 500 million shillings, meticulously distinguishing her own assets from the wider Odinga family estate.
There are things that belongs to me, Ida, and then there are things that belongs to the family, the Odinga family, for whom I also have interest. But my net worth is about 500 million.
Beyond the finances, her vision for UNEP was clear. With Kenya hosting the global environmental body, she positioned herself as a champion for the continent's climate interests.
That this is a critical moment when we are presented with an opportunity to shape our environmental future. And if approved by this esteemed committee, I intend to do my level best to help stop killing our planet.
The committee, often known for its grilling, appeared largely captivated. Members took turns praising her extensive CV and her lifelong dedication to education and social justice. Her appearance before the committee effectively silences critics who doubted her willingness to work with the current government.
I don't have any question, but I just want to say the reason I don't have any question is because in law, we say res ispa, loquita. The facts speak for themselves. Honorable Ida Odinga, aka Mama, is overqualified for this position.
If her reception is any indication, Mama Ida Odinga's journey from the heart of Kenyan politics to the halls of international diplomacy is all but confirmed. Vincent Kerosi, Hope TV, Nairobi.
Thank you, Vincent Kerosi, for that excellent report. Now, President William Ruto says the government will allocate 2 billion shillings to settle part of the debt it owes the Methodist University during the next financial year. According to Ruto, the money would lighten the financial strain on the institution, enabling the university to continue offering essential services to Kenyans. He made the remarks when he hosted a delegation of leaders from the Methodist Church in Kenya at State House this day, that is Friday. Alice Diana reports.
Leaders from the Methodist Church in Kenya, led by presiding Bishop John Maromba, were hosted by President William Ruto at State House, Nairobi. During the meeting, the president announced that the government will set aside 2 billion shillings in the next financial year to partially offset outstanding arrears owed to Methodist University. He noted that the government owes public and private universities more than 120 billion shillings, which he said will be settled in due time.
So nimeongea na hawa viongozi, nimekubaliana na wao mutaratara kiasi vile tutapangana. Nimewaambia tafadhali mnipunguzie hii deni kidogo ndio nilipe. Na karibu tumekubaliana. So mwezi wa 6 hivi nitapanga vile tutalipa kiasi ya deni yenu ya university.
Ruto also said the government will compensate the church for the property it holds in Nairobi and Mombasa, which has been invaded by squatters. He further noted that following a request by the leaders, the government would help equip Mau Methodist Hospital with oncology equipment, which they will pay through the Social Health Authority SHA.
So nimeambia wizara watafute namna, pengine haitawezekana kuondoa wale watu, so tutawatafutia pesa tu walipe. Ndio mtaenda kujipanga.
He also urged the leaders to support the proposed National Infrastructure Fund, which seeks to raise 5 trillion shillings to transform the country and help the government fight drug abuse among the youth by impacting moral and spiritual guidance.
You know, please, that is my ask of the Methodist Church. The mentorship of our children, the mentorship of our young people, the moral character of the young people of Kenya. Parents, the church, we must step up because there is a responsibility there that is required of all of us. Yeah, naomba hapo.
Alice Diana, Hope TV Newswatch.
Thanks, Alice Diana. Moving on to Mama Lucy. The Board of Management at Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital in Nairobi has strongly dismissed allegations by Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino that expectant mothers are delivering on the floor and that the facility is in a deplorable state. According to the hospital's board chair, Dorcas Kemunto, the legislators' claims are inaccurate and undermine the role the facility plays in ensuring thousands of residents receive proper health care. And as Sami Adika reports, political leaders seeking to challenge Governor Johnson Sakaja in the upcoming general elections have been urged to keep off health matters and instead seek alternative political agenda.
There's a lot of negligent activities occurring at Mama Lucy. Our mothers being treated disrespectfully, no respect at all. Our mothers are delivering on the floors. Doctors are not paid. Medics, nurses are not paid. Services are not run there. And it is a shame.
2 days after Embakasi East Member of Parliament Babu Owino's remarks on Mama Lucy Kibaki Hospital, the facilities board has hit back, insisting the hospital has set records since its inception.
Claims are misleading, inaccurate, and unfairly portray this facility as incapable of delivering safe and dignified care. Such statements not only misinform the public, but also undermine the commitment of healthcare professionals who serve thousands of residents daily in this hospital.
In a tour of the hospital, Kemunto further pointed to reforms undertaken since Governor Johnson Sakaja assumed office, further demanding a public apology from the legislator.
Institutions must not be used as platforms for political contestation, particularly where statements risk creating unnecessary panic and eroding public trust. We therefore are calling upon Honorable Babu Owino to withdraw the remarks and issue a public apology to the hospital administration, the dedicated staff that we have, and the mothers who have safely delivered at our facility.
Komarok Ward Member of County Assembly Christopher Githinji, however, threatened to seek legal action if the legislator fails to refrain from making unsubstantiated claims, terming it as a political gimmick at the expense of thousands of patients entrusting medics with their lives.
Ukirudia tena ama kiongozi yeyote Kenya hii ama Nairobi hii kuongea maneno ya afya, ambayo maneno ya afya ni mambo ambayo inahusisha maisha ya binadamu. Sisi kama bodi, vile umesikia mwenyekiti amesema, tutachukua hatua kali za kisheria ndio uache hii tabia kuharibia hospitali ya Mama Lucy jina.
Reaffirming the Nairobi Best Hospital's commitment to delivering quality, safe and dignified healthcare services to Nairobi residents, the board has lauded efforts by the Ministry of Health to streamlining SHA services, initially condemned by a section of Kenyans, especially those suffering from chronic illnesses. For Newswatch, I'm Sami Adika.
Moving on, leaders across the country have sent congratulatory messages to Charles Kanjama following his election as president of the Law Society of Kenya, LSK. Outgoing LSK President Faith Odhiambo, Interior Cabinet Secretary Kipchumba Murkomen, and Wiper Patriotic Front leader Kalonzo Musyoka are among those who lauded Kanjama after his victory in Thursday's tightly contested polls. More than 20,000 lawyers participated in the election, which saw Senior Counsel Charles Kanjama face off with current Vice President Mwaura Kabata and senior lawyer Peter Wanyama. In his acceptance remarks, Kanjama described the win as a victory for the legal profession and Kenyans at large, pledging to uphold the statutory mandate of the LSK and honor the commitments he made during the campaign. The National Authority for the Campaign Against Drug Abuse, NACADA, has announced plans to collaborate with faith-based organizations to strengthen public awareness on the dangers of drug abuse. NACADA's North Rift Regional Representative Calvin Olulo said religious leaders play a critical role in society and have a wide reach within communities. He spoke during a meeting with more than 100 clergy members in Uasin Gishu County, who urged NACADA to be granted prosecutorial powers to take action against individuals involved in the sale of drugs and illicit alcohol.
Viongozi wa kidini ni nguzo muhimu katika jamii, core pillars of the society. Wana ueneaji mpana, wider reach, na pia wako na moral authority, mamlaka ya kimaadili na influence within the community, ama ushawishi mkubwa katika jamii zetu. Kwa hiyo sisi kama NACADA tukishikamana na kushirikiana nao, kwa pamoja tunaweza kupambana na tishio hili la kiusalama ambalo linaangamiza kizazi.
Lao uwezo wetu sisi wengine, yani kila mmoja na maoni yake, lao uwezo wetu tungelipiga marufuku dawa ya kulevya kabisa katika taifa letu, kwa sababu inaleta umaskini, inaleta fitna baina ya waja na Mola wao, kwa sababu Mwenyezi Mungu kwa imani tofauti kivyetu sisi dawa ya kulevya yote ni haramu.
Pia makanisani kwetu tunaomba mkiweza kuja huko, na pia kama kule slums, kama vile kanisa letu tuko slums, tuko nao vijana wengi wanavuta gamu, wengine wanalewa. Nasema asipovuta gamu ama asipolewa haezi fanya biashara, haezi ongea.
Kama tutakuja kupata tu pombe wakati inakunywea, sasa si itatupa kazi kubwa sana. Kazi yetu kubwa kwa hii kongamano ambalo nimeona ni la kufaa sana ni kwamba pia wale vitengo ambavyo vimepewa wajibu wa kusaidia NACADA kumaliza pombe, vitengo hivi ikiwezekana tunaomba serikali iwape askari wao wenyewe, ndio kama wanaenda wanashika na wao wakuwe walevi na wao wavutwe kwanza, kwa sababu ile shida tuko nayo hapa Kenya ni hiyo.
Well, on that note, let us take a short break on Newswatch. Tonight, we have more stories coming up, including a campaign to look for 1 million signatures to decry the high cost of living in the country. Stay with us.
Get ready for an unforgettable worship experience. Every Sunday on Ultimate Worship. Where we bring you live music, powerful praise, and anointed gospel ministers and bands. Join us every Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 a.m. with a repeat at 6 p.m. to 7 p.m. Everywhere I go, I see you right there. It's not just music, it's worship unleashed. It's ultimate worship.
You're too faithful to fail me.
Only on Hope TV, where you look and live.
There's a world out there searching for hope, and you can help bring it home. By becoming a friend of Hope, you're helping us share the love of Jesus through Hope FM and Hope TV. With a donation of any amount, join hands with us to bring hope and point souls to the transforming power of Jesus Christ. Become a friend of Hope today by making your donation through the M-Pesa paybill number 933933, account FOH. For more information on how to become a friend of Hope, call 0116-212-723 or email customerexperience@hopefm.org or visit www.hopemediakenya.org. Friends of Hope, keeping hope alive.
Welcome back. The Free Kenya movement has taken its 1 million signature campaign for referendum to Embu County as part of a nationwide drive to lower the cost of living. The lobby group, which launched the initiative in Nairobi last December, is seeking constitutional amendments to remove taxes on essential commodities, including foodstuffs. Led by Chairperson Bob Njagi, the movement says it is pursuing change through dialogue rather than protests. Njagi says rising taxation has made life unbearable for many Kenyans and that the group is invoking the sovereign power of the people to push for reforms through a referendum. The team continues to collect signatures across the country in support of the proposal.
Leo ni siku kuu sana kwa Free Kenya Movement ambao wamekuja kututembelea leo wafanye signature collection to deduct ama kumaliza taxation of some of the most basic items, household consumables.
Sababu ya kufanya hii collection ya signature tufanye referendum ya kuondoa ushuru kwa zile bidhaa muhimu ambazo kila mtu anasitumia na za msingi ili mwananchi wa kawaida asibebe mzigo mzito. Sababu kitu tunaona ni kwamba wale watu ambao huwa tunapigia kura kuenda parliament kutuwakilisha, wao wanaenda kupitisha miswanda ile inawahusu tu.
Kama majenzi tunarudi kwa majadiliano, sio maandamano. Sasa hii tunaenda kwa majadiliano, a people's dialogue. Tumesema maandamano inafanya vijana wetu wanakufa wengi na hii serikali inazidi kuwaua kila siku. So tunaambia majenzi sasa waandamane na hii referendum. 1 million signatures by next month tubadilishe nchi yetu na uone Wakenya wakipata afueni.
For many women, the devastating loss of a partner is often compounded by a prolonged struggle for basic rights and dignity. Data from the 2019 national census shows that despite there being more than 1 million widows in the country, many have remained unseen and unrecognized within society. According to the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, that is KNCHR, cultural practices continue to play a significant role in inheritance matters, often disadvantageous to the widowhood community. Caleb Mwoti has the report.
Nearly 1 in 10 widows globally live in extreme poverty, a trend reflected heavily in Kenya due to socio-economic discrimination. In some cases in the country, widows don't have equal inheritance rights and they may be stripped of their land, evicted from their home, or even separated from their children. Rose Anzemo, a member of the Kibra Widows Welfare, recounts her life journey and experiences after the loss of her spouse in 2005.
Safari yangu imekuwa ngumu sana tangu aliwaga 2005, aliniwachia watoto wadogo sana. Hali tu ni kung'ang'ana tu na kutafuta. Although nilitafuta sana, hawa watoto wakaweza kusoma, wamesoma lakini hawana kazi. Bado tu safari yangu ni ngumu. Kwa sababu gani? Kule waliuza shamba ilikuwa yake, watu wake waliuza shamba yake plus kaburi, na mimi sina mahali pa kwenda. Naishi tu hapa Kibira slums kwa nyumba ile nimekomboa, na napitia challenge, nafanya biashara. Hiyo biashara haileti kitu.
Cyrus Maweu, Deputy Director at the Kenya National Commission on Human Rights, notes that cultural practices still influence inheritance matters, frequently placing widows at a disadvantage.
Article 45 of the Constitution provides for family rights, and it provides for equality of rights either during or even at the termination of a marriage. And this basically tells us that even widows, because by virtue of death their family unit would have come to an end, in the sense of that marriage, they still retain certain rights. But we've seen a number of challenges, especially where members of the families seek to disinherit these widows. And culture has continued to play a significant role, because most of the inheritance is done by way of cultural traditions and norms. And some of those traditions are not very favorable to women. So they end up being disinherited, and their properties apparently taken away.
Beyond the legal and cultural challenges, community-based organizations such as the Kibera Widows Welfare have emerged as a safe space where widows find strength through collective support. The group, led by Jasmine Abdurrahman, brings together women facing similar experiences, offering emotional counseling, peer mentorship, and economic empowerment initiatives aimed at restoring dignity and independence.
Nilianza Kibra Widows Welfare 2016. Baada ya mume wangu kuaga, mume wangu nilifiliwa 2014. Baada ya 2014 tukajikuta mimi na wenzangu tukajikuta sisi sote ni wajane, basi na kupitia moral pia, wajua motisha inatoka kwa watu tofauti ya chief wetu akasema ni vyema tukikuwa na chama cha wajane. Basi tukaweza kuregister chama ya wajane na tukaweza kukusanya wajane katika Kibra, na tukakutana na tukajadiliana, tukasema kila mmoja tukasikiza changamoto ni nyingi. Kuna baadhi ya wajane wamefukuza makwao, wamenyang'anywa shamba pengine ya mume wao, ama wengine wale wameambiwa ni lazima shemeji ya kurithi, la sivyo hauna haki.
Through table banking, small business trainings, and shared community forums, members support one another in rebuilding their lives while navigating grief, financial hardship, and social stigma.
Yaani sasa hii kikundi, nilijiunga na hii kikundi, ni rafiki yangu tu aliniambia kuhusu hii kikundi ya Widows Kibra, nikakuja. Sasa tunajaribu tu, tunatiana moyo, na wenzetu wote tuko na shida. Sasa tunatiana tu moyo, tumeanza kutoa kitu kadogo kadogo kama table banking, mtu anakopa kidogo, lakini ndio hiyo tu, lakini ni ngumu.
For lasting impact, the unique experiences and needs of widows must not only be acknowledged, but elevated with their voices guiding the path forward. For Hope TV Newswatch, I'm Caleb Moti.
Much appreciated, Caleb Morty, for that special report, even as we do hope that widows will indeed get the rights that they deserve. Moving on to news across our borders, a Tunisian court has sentenced lawmaker Ahmed Saidani to 8 months in prison over social media posts mocking President Kais Saied. Saidani was arrested earlier this month after posting comments about the president's visit to flood-hit areas. In the post, he sarcastically referred to Saied as the supreme commander of sanitation and rainwater drainage. He was convicted on charges of insulting other communication networks under Tunisia's telecommunications law, which carries a possible sentence of up to 2 years in prison. Human rights groups say the case reflects an expanding crackdown on dissent since President Saied suspended parliament in 2021 and began ruling by decree. Saidani, once a supporter of the president, had recently become an outspoken critic. Farmers in Kenya's western region have been urged to remain vigilant against counterfeit seeds as the planting season approaches. Speaking in Bungoma, a representative from Bayer, East Africa, Evelyn Musyoka, warned that many farmers have fallen victim to fraudsters distributing fake farm inputs, compounding the challenges posed by climate change. She said the company has introduced measures to ensure farmers access genuine seeds and other certified inputs to help strengthen food security.
Nimeona hiyo mazao imekuwa mazao mazuri sana ambayo inashinda mazao mengine. Mwaka jana mimi nimepanda hiyo nusu eka, lakini ikamtolea magunia 12 mimi kwangu. Sasa nikaona ya kwamba, wapendwa, tulikuwa tumepotea sana kwa upanzi wa mahindi, lakini mbegu ni TK. Mimi naona hiyo mazao ni mazao ambayo inatoa.
Kwa hivyo mimi wakati huu ninauzia mpaka wakulima mahindi, na mahindi ni DK ambayo tunauza. Season ya kwanza tumepanda mahindi ya DK 777 na imekuwa mahindi mzuri, imefanya vizuri mpaka wakulima wamependa mahindi. Wakati wa kupalilia hata hatuna wasiwasi na mahindi kupalilia kwa sababu hiyo mahindi inafunika, iko na matawi pana.
So the reasons why we are here is to encourage our farmers to make sure that you know, as the season kicks off, they are able to ensure that whatever inputs they are buying, these inputs are certified, they are not counterfeit, and making sure that the farmers are aware of where they need to buy these inputs. Of course, we realize our smallholder farmers face a couple of challenges, and one of it, of course, is the accessibility of inputs.
And in In sports, the 2025-2026 Football Kenya Federation Premier League season is heating up. And while the title race grabs headlines, the battle for individual honours is just as intense. At the top of the Golden Boot race is Joseph Irongo of Murang'a Seal, leading with 13 goals. In the assists chart, Ovela Ocheng of Nairobi United is ahead with 5 assists, while Humphrey Katasi of AFC Leopards tops the Golden Glove standings with 10 clean sheets. Our reporter Kennedy Kimani takes a closer look at the players defining these races and the numbers behind their brilliant performances.
As the Football Kenya Federation Premier League season gathers momentum, individual brilliance continues to shine across the competition. At the top of the scoring charts, Joseph Irongo Waithera, alias King Joe of Murang'a Seal FC, leads the Golden Boot race with 13 goals. His sharp movement and composure in front of the goal have made him the most lethal attacker so far this season. Paul Okoth of Ulinzi Stars follows with 9 goals, while Felix Oluoch from Gor Mahia and Philip Wasai of APS Bomet are tied on 7. Ebenezer Aduko of Gor Mahia, Brian Migiro of Shabana FC, Eric Kapaito of Tusker FC, and Humphrey Omondi of Kariobangi Sharks have each scored 6 times, keeping the Golden Boot race tightly contested. Oliver Machak of Kakamega Homeboys and Hansel Ocheng of APS Bomet sit on 5 goals apiece. But goals do not come without creativity. In the assist chart, Ovela Ocheng of Nairobi United leads the way with 5 assists, proving to be a key playmaker in the final third. Close behind him are Samuel Senyonjo of AFC Leopards, Jim Owili of Mara Sugar, Paul Ochuoga of Gor Mahia, Thomas Wainaina of Bidco United, Peter Thiongo of Kakamega Homeboys, Tobias Otieno of Kenya Police FC, and Tony Musa of Murang'a Seal, all tied on 4 assists each. Their vision and delivery have been crucial in unlocking defenses and shaping match outcomes. Meanwhile, between the posts, the Golden Glove race is equally intense. Humphrey Katasi of AFC Leopards tops the Golden Glove race standings with 10 clean sheets this season. Job Ocheng of Kenya Police FC and Stephen Otieno of Shabana FC follow closely with 9 clean sheets each, while Alan Ngeleka of Bandari FC, Brian Omondi of Gor Mahia, and Kevin Ouro of Mathare United have each recorded 8. Issa Emuri of Bidco United remains in contention with 7 clean sheets. With the 2025-2026 FKF Premier League entering a decisive stretch, every goal, every assist, and every save could determine who walks away with individual honours at the end of the campaign. Kennedy Kimani, Hope TV Newswatch, Nairobi.
Much appreciated, Kennedy Kimani. And 2-time African Rally champion Karan Patel has intensified preparations for the 2026 WRC Safari Rally after a successful test session at Stony Athi. Patel, alongside co-driver Tosin Khan, tested their Skoda Fabia R5 ahead of the iconic event set for March 12th to the 15th in Naivasha. The duo will compete in the highly competitive WRC2 category at the legendary Safari Rally, part of the FIA World Rally Championships calendar. A total of 46 crews has registered for the 2026 edition, which will feature 20 special stages covering more than 350 kilometers across 4 demanding days. Patel is part of a strong regional lineup backed by KCB sponsorship and will be aiming to impress home fans in one of the toughest rallies in the world.
All in all, for the race, the plan is to finish a strong position this year. Just have a different approach towards this race this year, and let's see how it goes for us. Yeah, we're looking at the bigger picture where we have ARC points to score also. So keeping that at the back of our minds, we want to see how we're gonna do in WRC and Safari and try and secure as many points as we can.
As you rightfully said, Fesh has caused us not to finish the rally, so the snorkel should contribute positively to mitigating the influence of Fesh. However, there's a higher power, I believe, that's up there. So every time, they have had downfalls, there's a reason why it has happened, I believe, and we always try and mitigate those reasons which we know caused our downfall. So each time, there's either human error, driver error, co-driver error, Fesh, whatever it may be, we analyze and we mitigate. So hopefully we've covered all our weaknesses.
Even as we await the WRC, it brings us to a wrap on Newswatch tonight. On behalf of the whole team, thank you for watching. I'm Tess Njenga, and our sign language interpreter is Boniface Murithi. Praying that each and every one of you has a great weekend. Have a good night.